is definitely a question that a lot of young people are thinking when they select the careers. But how I would advise you or anyone doing the real choice of life, first go with what your heart tells you. So select a topic that you find interest in, that it's close to you, dear to you, because that's the only sustainable. But after that, I would kind of encourage to think that what is really needed from a professional, and it goes to the concept of competence, that a young professional has to be equipped with a knowledge, the theory, understanding the discipline or the subject you are engaged with. You need to have the skills, but then the very critical part also is your attitude, this kind of the professional you. And this goes to issues like critical thinking, lifelong learning, attitude of lifelong learning, entrepreneurship, teamwork, this kind of skills that make you a good player, to be a problem solver together with the others. So I think this is one of the maybe safest ways to become a team player, a good professional to work with the others.
It was very well put by Eija that something what you are interested in, something what you are committed with. It's actually, once we are screening these applications in our PhD, for example, applications, it's very easy to see that if the students are committed, have they done the homeworks, for example, that they already know that what are the international networks, what are the networks in Finland, but also their home countries, which they would like to be part of it, what they would like to study, and also the career-wise, what they are supporting with their studies. Because if you haven't done this type of homework to find it out, who are your networks in your home countries, but also internationally, I don't think that many of the universities accept these proposals, because most likely then you are not able to carry out your PhDs, for example, because it's whenever you do the research, even if you do it in European universities, you need to still have strong connections to your own country. It's a security issue, it's the ethical issue, but it's also you need the research permits in your home countries. So do the networking in your home country and then start to do the networking in the country where you would like to do your studies.
I think that in order to respond to this question about how can we prepare ourselves to this rapidly and increasingly changing world, I think that I would agree, first of all, with Eija. You have to choose an area that's really close to your heart, something that motivates you, that fascinates you. But it's not only about that, choosing an area that's going to give you a job, etc., but it's also, and very important, so about lifelong learning. We get trained to get the higher education, a diploma, etc., but we shouldn't just accommodate. Albertus, you mentioned all the changes that are brought about by artificial intelligence. Just to give you an example, in the area of translation, there was a time that as a translator, you would just sit down and type and translate from English into Portuguese or any other language. But those days are far gone. Artificial intelligence is taking over in such a way that most of the translation work that's done now is done by automatic programs, and your role as a translator, for example, becomes the role of an editor, a reviser. But more than that, so lifelong learning is paramount, but it's about being prepared to innovate, to learn increasingly more. You cannot just stay in one area, adapt yourself, because the changes are taking place really fast.
I actually want just to emphasize what the other ones were saying, that and this is what we say also for the Finnish PhD and new students. So follow your interest, follow what you want to do in your life, but then also be equipped with good skills. And that's also highly important. Like, of course, I'm come from very quantitative side of the research, so I like statistical skills and that kind of possibilities of problem solving. Those are needed when you are in university career, of course. But I would like to emphasize the fact that if I now think that I would be in one of the African countries and thinking what I would do in future, I would kind of try to identify the key persons in my area, the one that I want to go into in the local university. So I would contact first the local universities and the research groups inside there, and then via them to start collaboration with the Finnish university. I think that's the most efficient way and most productive way of kind of be part of this kind of fast advancing research, what is going on. So kind of try to get in the research groups, and it's much easier from that way.
As our honorable panelists have all mentioned, I think it is about interest. And I think one of the things I have been worrying about the way we study in Africa is about chasing courses or programs that we think are lucrative. So we choose courses based on the money. Yeah. But I think this is, when we do that without the interest, definitely we are going to get stuck along the line. But with the interest, then there's no need to worry. Because if you have interest, you can create an opportunity, new area, money at any time. So I think Africans should be trained to look for their interest, but not to chase the money.